Welcome to LOA Today. I'm Walt Thiessen, and I'm here with Alex King and Daniel Mangana. This is your daily dose of happy. We're so happy to have you join us today. Yeah, join us today. Too many us's going on there.
Join us to a day.
We have an us surplus going on, but that's okay. Hey, this is always the day where we do the most laughing. So there's nothing like a good flub up to get the laughter started. And I figure I've made my contribution. Then I'll just turn it over to these two, and that'll be it for the rest of the show. But before we get into that, I want to reiterate what I've been mentioning the last couple episodes, which is the repairs to the LOA Today app are done. So if you had been experiencing issues with the app where mainly you would leave the app to go do something else, but you wanted to keep listening and it would stop playing, or you were just playing and it would stop in the middle because it just stopped in the middle or whatever, those issues I think are now fixed. And they seem to be limited to the iPhone users, but they're now fixed. So if you're still experiencing that after upgrading to the latest version, that version is 1.1.80. It shows up at the top of the screen there. If you're still seeing issues, send me a note and let me know about it. But I got to tell you guys, after 3 months, I am so glad to get that behind me. Those were tough. They were tough ones, but I got there and I'm happy. So good stuff going there. And today we're going to play a little Facebook Q&A, which we haven't done in a little while. That's where I go on to Facebook groups and pick out some questions that people have posed in Law of Attraction forums to have us discuss, because they can be fun to discuss. I also have a couple of emails that we got about past episodes, and I wanted to share them with you guys. And I think actually there may be a question or two in there. So let me go to those first. First one comes from Deborah, and she said, I wanted to say thanks to you guys for your comments about my writing. It was the best thing I could possibly have heard, as it gave me so much impetus and inspiration to carry on with my book. I'd always just assumed I would one day become a writer. It's one of the reasons I'm grateful for this downtime, as I'm finally getting on with my writing, rather than there is a lot of procrastination normally involved, and Cindie might be able to help on that. Then she says, the show with Alex and Dan was hilarious. I love how you guys get the British sense of humor. And yes, that's how it's spelled, Humour. That's the The show was brilliantly, wackily mad. What a breath of fresh air. Spookily, I had just shared with my partner my very weird dream last night involving his recently transitioned father called Todd, and of all things, squirrels storing their nuts. Alex's dream sign kept looming at me, and when nutshells came up in your Todd story, I felt the universe was having a laugh along with us. So that's what Deborah had to tell us. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And then we also have an email from Brenda. And Brenda said, I wanted to let you know that I watched the show. This is from about 3 weeks ago. And I heard Walt share a story with his guest about one of the co-hosts manifesting an owl. That's actually Cindie who had that story. I thought about it and decided to give it a try. My hobby is entering sweepstakes, so I decided to manifest a nice little win before 11 a.m. the next day. I did not want to win a package of gummy bears or a $5 gift card, but something with a good size value, like $50 or $100. Well, 7 hours later, I got a call from a local TV station that I won a prize from them with a $120 value. I was so tickled. I kept saying to myself, this really works. At 9:30 a.m. the next day, I got a notification that I won a prize valued at $100. I loved winning these two prizes, and I'm grateful for them. These prizes are nice, but they were not that important to me. I shared this story with some other people that have the same hobby as me, and some comment that I have a lower resistance to smaller prizes. Now, my question is, how can I manifest the bigger things? So I saved this one for the Money Game author, Dan Mangana. Daniel, how does she manifest the bigger things?
Micro shifting, micro shifting all the way.
Basically, care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, let me take my headphones out. Just realized it looks really weird. So, she's already established that she has a limitation. Find the edge of that limitation and ask for something just outside of it. So she went $450 and got like $100 and something. Go for something again around $100 and something. Establish that edge, then push it a little bit. Shoot for something that's maybe $100 and like $10 more, and just keep pushing the edge on it and experiencing the momentum of win. This is why when I broke up the money game in the book and in the instructions, we have the 3 phases that do 3 specific jobs. The first one's actually establishing an edge and building some momentum. Second, we're pushing the edges on that, and then we're anchoring in whatever the edges that we've created. So she's going to be able to establish a conscious relationship to an edge first, then push that deliberately by just asking for something just on the other side of it, and then going from there. Or she could just play the money game.
Which is basically what you just described.
Yeah. But all that we'd be doing is, instead of doing it with money, doing something else. Que quoi, coup?
I said I was going to suggest just play the money game. Call it a day.
Alex with the down line. Straight line into what to do. Play the money game, yeah.
See, guys, this is why I love doing the show with these guys. They get me laughing constantly. I love it.
Yeah.
That was a nice, concise description too, Daniel. I mean, you just tied that down into what I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes presentation. That was really good. I mean, you just, you're hot today. You're smoking.
Where's my finger gone?
Oh my God, no.
And if you didn't see that joke, you should be watching this on YouTube.
All right. So anyway, don't choke. We want to keep you here. You know.
Especially so that they can find out how to see my disappearing, reappearing finger. Is that how you do it? Like that?
No, it's the other way around. No, now you're showing all your cards. No.
The people who are listening to the podcast who can't see the video are saying, "What?"
It's supposed to be your thumb, and then you wait. How's it?
There.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. There we go. No, it's this way.
Did I do it right now? Yeah.
No, you're not doing it right. It's okay.
Abundance.
Abundance.
It only works if you're on YouTube.
There's something to be said for practice, and this is probably not the time to do it.
And also getting support.
And getting support, absolutely, yes.
True.
Love the support. Yeah.
A different perspective.
Different perspectives are good. Speaking of different perspectives, I'll say for transition. There's a segue for you. Let's go to some of these questions I picked up off of Facebook.
Let's get away from the finger pulling. Go to the question. Oh my God. One day the three of us are going to be live in the studio doing this, and it will be hilarious.
I don't know if I can handle that. I mean, funnier than what it is right now.
That would be like a 3-hour special.
It's like, I don't know how I feel about
blooper reel.
I mean, we might have to issue smelling salts or something if it gets to be really that funny. I mean, that's just too much to handle. So anyway, I have a real simple question from Sarah. Mm-hmm. She was able to post it in one sentence and then one word following the sentence. She says, "So why do my thoughts create? Why?"
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't design this universe.
I'd have to defer to the manufacturer.
Yeah.
The manufacturer.
Check your work and see what that says.
What's up, Big G? We're inquiring about thoughts becoming things. That's definitely a Tuesday question.
That's a Tuesday question. Okay, I'll ask David that one.
Let's defer to infinite consciousness.
Right.
Probably have a better handle on, I don't know, meaning of life, questions of the universe and such. Definitely one for infinite consciousness, source energy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take a stab at it anyway, and then I'll also give it to David on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. But my response is, why not? You ask, why do thoughts create? I ask, why wouldn't they? Why shouldn't they? I mean, what else? Is there another alternative somewhere that I'm overlooking? It seems fairly straightforward to me. Okay, if we take thoughts out of the equation, what's left? Do you hear the silence? There isn't a whole lot left over, so why do thoughts create? Because there's nothing else that can do it. It's got to be thoughts. It has to be. There's nothing else. And indeed, is there anything that was ever created by God, by man, by anybody that didn't start as a thought?
Good point.
So how else could it be anything but thoughts? It has to start with a thought. It's not like, Garfield was sitting there on his couch one day and said, "Thing." Oh, I got to think about it. It just doesn't work that way. So that's just my take on it. I'll ask David to see what he says. I'll ask the stream to see what the stream has to say about it. I think the stream is probably going to come back with a wacky way to deflect and talk about what they really want to talk about because they're good at that. Okay. Well, here's another short one.
Now I want to know.
I may have to go to the long questions, but I'm going to go to another short one. Okay. Maybe we kind of warmed you up with the first short one, and now you're ready to go with the second one. So this is from Alejandra. She says, "What is a fear you have about love?"
Personally, what is it? I guess rejection is the number one answer.
I would say that there's nothing to fear about love. It's the lack of love we fear.
Yeah. Well, that's part of rejection. Unrequited love. Therefore, lack of love.
Okay. Well, one thing that's consistent, when we get short questions, we give short answers. So I think it's on to the next one. Let's go for a longer one.
Okay.
Or we'll be running out of content.
Okay, this one's pretty deep. This is from, I think it's Tasfia. I had to translate this one from Arabic. So I ran through the Google Translator and it came out as Tasfia. And I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Tasfia says, "I'd like to know your view on death. I don't care if you are religious or atheist, doesn't matter. With the law of attraction and healing, we really can live our greatest life, but death is one inevitable thing. So I would like to know your view on it, and how do you cope with the thought of death?"
For me, it's a part of the cycle.
Agreed. Everything dies.
And I've found great comfort in just understanding that it's not the end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's just moving to the next scene.
I totally.
One of the best descriptions I ever heard was, death is like being an actor on stage and then getting up and walking off the stage.
You're gonna have to break that one down for me. You're gonna have to break that one down.
I think it's an apt description because my understanding of source energy is that source energy has a lot of its focus on those of us who are living the physical life. It's if we were the actors on the stage. And since from the source point of view, what happens to us in our lifetime is such a tiny slice of eternity that it's been described as like a weekend trip, as a getaway, in terms of understanding what a lifetime is like from the eternal perspective. But it's also like going to the theater and watching a play. And then when the play is over, the actors come off the stage and everybody meets back for the after play party. And that's all it really is. It's just players on a stage acting out what we've all decided we wanted to act out when we came here. Mm-hmm. You can say that we decided before we got here, then you got all this stuff about soul contracts. You can say that we decided after we got here, but before or after, it doesn't matter. We came here and we decided to play out what we were playing out. Well, isn't that like being in a play? So when we die, we're just the actors getting off the stage after the play is over.
I like that. That's the most interesting way I've ever heard it.
And that's not original, by the way. I didn't create that one. I can't remember who did, but that was created by somebody else, and I thought it was a great way to describe it. Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Dan. I think the big deal for me was knowing for sure that we don't just end, that we continue. And this study, learning all this law of attraction stuff and source energy and consciousness creation and so forth, and experiences that have come along with it have reinforced for me, we don't just end. We do continue. We continue as pure energy, but we continue. And from what I've heard, and I think there's probably truth to it, we tend to dive into these lifetimes over and over and over again. We like it. Apparently, we're addicted to this stuff. So, I can handle that. An eternity of that's okay. I can do that.
I got a little bit confuzzled with. Oh, we actually had this conversation, so we don't need to go down that rabbit hole again. Well, we had the whole thing about, but where does this information come from? How do we know that we're not peddling poop? Because
yeah,
we haven't been across the threshold and come back consciously. I can do past life regressions. I had a really powerful one today. Actually, when Olga and I were having lunch today, we were just saying, isn't it funny how every time people have a past life regression, they're a king or a queen or like some hero. Right. I was like, no, I remember one where I was just like a man just living in a cabin in the snow by myself and died really lonely. So I wasn't a king or a queen or hero in that one. But generally speaking, we don't have a conscious relationship to the experience of death and coming back. There are those who have near-death experiences, like my friend Mary Helen Hensley, who will be effing epic for the show, by the way. Maybe I need to make that introduction.
Okay.
Anita Morjani has really popularized that as well. But yeah, it's the hypnotic state has been the way in which people, or some kind of trance has been the way in which people have related to the experience of death and the beyond. But generally speaking, we don't really do that. So death is one of the greatest mysteries. It's the final frontier. Is it the final frontier? And you may come back for it in another meat sack, and you may not. And they're probably not going to remember anyway. So what does it matter? Live a good life, be a good human, eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. I love it.
Unless you're a carnivore, in which case, don't eat your vegetables. Remain free from plant-based food and stick with animal products.
Eat all the meats.
All of them, offals and whatnot. Did I tell you that I tried the carnivore diet? I tried it.
Just all meats all the time?
So it's basically you're allowed full-fat dairies, poultry, fish, and meats. Just no plant-based stuff.
Is there a goal or a purpose with this particular diet?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. A guy I know very, very well who does a lot of research into this stuff, like did his own blood work and tested the blood work, and he has autoimmune and it disappeared. He had no flare-ups. It was really popularized with people with autoimmune-based disorders, that it just, the gut heals, inflammation in the body just drops to absolutely zilch. It's fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. Do some research into it. You'll see that there's a lot of really great thing from it. But then here's where we come back to the polarity of contrast. There are those who have the same experience with vegan. I tried being plant-based. It was horrible. I was sick all the time. I was constantly bloated. It was horrible. I had no resonance with it. Carnivore, great for a little bit. But I mean, no diet where there's elimination really makes sense for humans. Generally speaking, there are some people who are adapted. So my body's perfectly adapted for the ketogenic diet. Perfectly. It's actually the perfect diet for my body, DNA wise. Vegan diet, no bueno for me. Really crap. Straight up carnivore, no good. I like my green vegetables. I like my green leafy vegetables and a little bit of mix. Starchy, carby stuff, no good. Bloated. Little pasta here and then, cool. Interestingly, though, to end this tangent, when I'm in Italy, I don't have that problem. Pizza and pasta are my friend.
Whoa.
Pizza that is interesting. Pasta are my friend too, shoot.
Yeah, but if I have it anywhere else in the world, it's just a mess. I water fast at least one day a week. Anytime I have carbs like in excess, I tested it again the other day. We had like, not even like eating junk food. I'm saying like rice, potatoes, pasta. What else did we have? Other stuff. I was knocked out. My tummy was a mess. I had to fast. I still had cramps and stuff for like a couple of days.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And I like the way you turned the topic into food. We were originally talking about death and end of life, but you went back to something that is at the focus of life. It's like,
I was just going to say,
that's pretty cool. And the reason I like that is it's basically like your conscious or subconscious or some combination of the two said, I'm done with this death topic. Let's go back to what I'm here for. I'm here to live.
Yeah.
And that's why I like that so much. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah. So good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
All right. Okay. Well, then let's go to Stefan's question. Stefan says, I've been listening to money affirmations. Oh, we're back in Dan's camp again. While sleeping for 2 weeks, and I see no results. Did I understand the concept of affirmations wrongly, or ... question mark?
Oh.
Why are you laughing, Alex?
Because listening to money affirmations just sounds ridiculous to me. Like, what do you think you could just manifest with no actual effort? Okay,
but
cool.
This is what people are buying courses for on Instagram.
Right, that's why I'm laughing.
And if you look on your abundance is coming now, type yes if you agree. Yes, my abundance is coming. Yeah.
I see that all the time. I'm like, stop.
Me and Renee laugh about this all the time. But people buy it. They lap it up. And they lap it up because they're lazy. Lazy. I don't think this person is lazy. I don't think Stefan is lazy. I think Stefan has been duped by the fake
bamboozled
idea. And also YouTube, which has a play this affirmation every night to channel your millions. You will be a millionaire in 30 days. Type yes to claim your millions. Okay. Yeah. I would love to do a scientific study. Let's track everyone who types yes and see how many of the 0% of people
not the 0%.
Stefan, do you know what we're going to do? Well, is Stefan US based? Is he based in the US?
I don't know. I didn't keep that note. I just saw that he was in Facebook.
I would like to gift Stefan a couple of things. Number one, I'll get Sanjay to get in my money manifesting masterclass. Number one.
That's a hot gift.
I would also give him a paperback copy of The Money Game.
Outstanding. Whoa.
It will answer all of his questions.
Christmas has come early.
Because we're going to sit here, we're going to talk about it, but I want him to have something tangible and real to hold on to and see. Money manifestation is real. This is why I want everybody listening to this, that's into this law of attraction stuff. The law of attraction is real. It's just that there are a lot of people getting to buy courses on Instagram to just attune your vibration to the energy of money, to resonate. I want to get you tuned into the vibration of money. Tap your abundance. I watched the film, The Abundance Factor. We watched it the other day. Very interesting mix of people on there. Some who are chatting absolute poppycock and some who are speaking some real. But ultimately, this is the blight that I'm literally dedicating my life to scourging from the planet, that I'm going to listen to this affirmation. I'm going to do this meditation every day and I'm going to get, no, you're not. All that's going to happen is the money that you spent or the time you spent is going to be wasted. Be clear in your intention, align to that intention with your frequency, mentally rehearse it and move your bum through time and space to meet the opportunities that you manifest. Then you will have abundance. Anything else, you're wasting your time or not, because infinite possibilities and whatnot. But the probability is a lot higher that if you follow this formula, which is tried and tested consistently, you will have some moolah.
Isn't it interesting how the formulas that work, the ones that actually have the track records and the success stories that are real and not manufactured, are the ones where they actually did step 4 in your list. They actually got up and did something.
Yeah. And do you know what it is? Action is the most important and the least important thing at the same time.
Yes.
It's the most important thing because it's the thing that people refuse to do and therefore completely disconnect themselves from what they've started the process of manifesting from the inside out. But the least important because the action is just receiving what's been done from the inside into the out. For us to have a physical experience, we have to connect physically with the experience. For the word to become flesh, it must move through the flesh. So even if you meditated every day for the next, was it normally they say 30 days, 7 days?
Yeah, usually 30 days. Yeah.
30 days.
That's the common one.
For the next 30
days.
And you did the overnight med thing. You had the crystal, right? You did the crystal thing. You did Have you heard about the semen retention now? They're trying to get people to do semen.
Right.
Oh my God, I can hardly wait.
What?
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. As someone who practices tantra, that's really hilarious.
I need to know.
That's really hilarious. If you did that and you somehow managed to align to manifesting $100 million from the lottery, unless you actually cash the check or go to the bank to open an account, so I will still have to move through time and space, you won't be able to receive your $100 million. And then, unless you move through time and space, you're not actually going to be able to do anything with the $100 million. Therefore, action is required, if not in the receivership, at least in the enjoying of your blessing. So quit being a little punk ass snail. We use a different word. We use a different word that starts with a B instead of a pug. And take some blinking action. Stop fearing the one thing that connects your inner world and your outer world, even if it is to raise your hands to receive. Your vortex is full and awaiting you to stop being a punk.
That's really good.
You're taking some action, and that's why I'm going to give you some gifts. I feel your heart, bro. I've got you.
Boy, I mean, Stefan he didn't even know that I picked up his question. This guy is going to be blown away by what you're giving him. I mean, seriously, this is going to be great for him. He's going to be absolutely stunned. So, really good.
Before I forget, I redid my harmonious money magnet video.
Ooh.
It used to be 12 minutes. It's now 35 minutes of hard-hitting content specifically designed to support people moving through 2020 and the uncertainty of this year. And it's free.
Ooh.
My favorite number.
We love that.
dreamwithdan.com/HMM. Go get yourself Harmonious Money Magnetism. And it's the only place as well that if you do watch that, it will give the option to get the money masterclass, which is normally like $200, I think. It's like $20 if they do it that way.
Outstanding. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take that link. We're going to put it into the description here. So people who are doing the replay, just look in the description. You'll find the link and they'll just take it right to Dan's.
Get it in your life.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, Stefan just won the lottery when it came to the questions, but wait, there's more. We have a much, much longer question.
Oh,
and
boy.
This one, well, first of all, her name, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce her name right. It's P-A-M-E. Is that Pame?
T-A-M-E.
P as in Peter.
P-A-M-E.
P-A-M-E.
Pame, no?
Pame?
Or is it a fish?
Doesn't the E elongate the vowel before it?
Oh, are you grammar?
So it could be.
Probably Pame. It's probably
Pame. It sounds right to me. The last name is Lopez, so that's why I'm thinking the E may be pronounced.
Oh, it's Pame. Oh, so basically it's Pamela, but Pame for short.
Pame. Okay, that could be.
Pame.
All right.
Pame Lopez. We were like in Mexico.
Well, Pame Pame has a very difficult post that she wrote. Very painful. She says, "Hi, everyone. So I was in a car accident on Sunday, and I have so much pain in my neck, so much it makes me nauseous. However, I cannot take strong painkillers. I can just handle ibuprofen." So she's saying, is there any advice? I'm trying to change my mind to, I don't feel pain, but with no luck. And also I feel so guilty that somehow I might have attracted this to my family and myself. And then she's got two frowny faces. So this is, you can see why I saved this one for last. This is the really, really tough one.
That is tough.
Go for it,
I
Alex.
have to say,
I trust
on the
you.
medical side, if you don't take ibuprofen, it will give you an ulcer. You might want to switch to Tylenol if that's as high as you can go. There are not steroidal, what's the word? There are non-narcotic pain meds that you can take that won't like mess with your stomach. Cause I know, cause I can't take like anything with narcotics in it. Can't do it. But on the other side, that guilt thing, it could all be encompassed in one too. That's another thing. It could be the guilt that you're feeling from the car accident and involving your family that's causing the neck pain. So I don't even know where to start with that, honestly.
I think you picked the right spot, actually, right there. Because the fact that she combined all of that together into one post with those two concepts going on, first, that she's experiencing the pain, and second of all, that she's experiencing the guilt, tells me that even if she's not consciously aware of it, subconsciously, she's associating them.
Yeah.
So I think you're on the right point there. And I mean, there are a lot of ways we could go about suggesting how to handle that, how to deal with it. I want to, before we go to that point, I want to go back to something she mentioned a moment before. She says, I'm trying to change my mind to I don't feel pain, but with no luck. And what I want to suggest is she modify that a little bit. If not feeling the pain is too much, and I know exactly what that's like. I think you do too, Alex. You've been going through a lot of stuff medically lately, so you probably know more about it than I do lately. But if it's really too much to put it out of your mind, and I can see how that could be, don't go there first. Take Daniel's microshift approach. A way to microshift this might be something like, can you imagine your body healed? Can you imagine part of your body healing? Can you imagine the part that hurts less healing? In other words, don't go at it directly. Go around the corner, so to speak. Go at it a little bit indirectly, and then work one bit at a time. One of the stories from the movie The Secret, for those who remember the movie, there was the story of the guy who crashed the airplane. Morris Goodman, I believe is his name. He's called the Miracle Man because he was told that he was never going to be able to walk again. After the crash, he couldn't move anything except his eyelids. Everything else was paralyzed.
Wow.
But he decided he was going to not only be able to move again, but he was going to walk out of the hospital by Christmas, which he did do. It was an amazing story. And the way he told it in The Secret, I thought was really well told. It was very brief, and you had to kind of think about what he said, but it really told the story. He said, as I was laying there, they were telling me that I would never walk again, but I knew the power of my mind. And he said, if you can apply the power of your mind, you can put things back together again. And what I want to point out about that phrase, put things back together again, is that it doesn't say reassemble it as a whole all at once in one moment. It says fix this, and then fix this, and then fix this, and then fix this. One step at a time, one piece of the body at a time. So basically applying Daniel's microshifting concept to healing the body, one piece at a time in your mind. And using the power of your mind, because it's very clear, Pam or Pemi or Peme or whatever her name is, she understands how that works. She's just having trouble applying it because she's dealing with so much pain. Well, since she knows how to do it, why not apply it to the parts that are easier to apply it to? So she can get the results, kind of like what you do with the money game. You establish an edge in the money game, right? You establish for yourself, I can attract this little bit of money. Well, the same thing here. I can heal this little bit of my body. And then expand the edge a little bit. Okay, I've done this much. Now I'm going to go just one bone further, just one tendon further. You just do one piece at a time, one little piece at a time. Because that's what I gather Goodman did. And he did it. I mean, he was literally told he would never be able to move any part of his body other than his eyelids. And he walked out of the hospital and went on the speaking circuit to explain to other people how they can heal their bodies. So we know it can be done.
Right.
It's just a question of how you go about doing it. He gave us the clue. You do it one bit at a time. You put things back together again.
I think the thing that you're saying about being distracted by the pain is when I talk about being in a conducive space to create, that's really what we're talking about, because the pain is keeping you out of a conducive space to create. So when you're from that space saying, do you know what, let me do what I can from where I'm at. Because sometimes, like, she's having this beating, and says, oh my God, have I attracted this? And blah, blah, blah. So with everything is now, rather than waiting for changes to happen before you start moving towards something, from where I'm at now, even with all of this stuff, what's something that I can do to start moving in the right direction, to start building that momentum? Because so long as you're just trapped with no upward or no forward moving action, You're just in a downward spiral. You're just in a downward spiral. So by just saying, okay, I acknowledge that I've got these negative thoughts. They may be true, they might not be. I don't know right now. But from this place, even with all of that, what can I at least start to move forward? And that will start the movement in the right direction. That will open up to synchronicities in the right direction, open up to starting to heal one part of the experience. Like what Alex was saying, changing the medication just to start getting a little bit of breathing space, a little bit of relief, will support and move in the right direction. I think this hard slog, that is a part of the human experience, is a big reason why people just sit and listen to YouTubes all night, waiting for, oh, my healing's going to come in 30 days. Or not. Like, your belief systems might not support that. Your belief systems might mean that you do need to take some surgery. Maybe just a raw vegan diet and water fasting and what's the other things they do? Cryogenic healing isn't going to help you because you haven't got that belief system yet. So do you want to wait until you're dead and in another meat sack to see like about trying something else? Or do you want to just work with where you're at right now? And working with where we're at right now, I think, is one of the most powerful things that we can do. Yeah, cool. I want to believe in the power of meditation and cryogenic healing and all of this stuff to heal my cancer or to heal my brain tumor or to heal my leukemia or to heal my autoimmune disease. But right now, I'm still locked in the trap that conventional medicine is the way. So playful out at that and be positive about that and playful out. And then adjust your beliefs and adjust where you're at as you go along, because otherwise you're just allowing yourself to stay in this downward spiral. And that's no bueno for anyone.
Also, I wanted to add, for the brief moments or however long many moments that you aren't in pain, be grateful for those moments and appreciate those moments.
Excellent.
And then remember them so that the next time you are in pain, just flip it back and be like, all right, well, I remember what it's like to not be in pain. Let's concentrate on that right now.
Yeah, that's really big. Powerful. Yeah, very, very important. So let's see if we can go at the, we agreed that the crux of it was the combination of the pain that she's experiencing with the guilt that she's experiencing. And there's probably a connection going on there. And I don't think it's really our job to figure out what the exact connection is. That's really her job. But how can we help her with that? Any ideas on that? I have ideas, but I want to give you guys a chance to go first if you want to go first.
I was going to say, that sounds like a Friday question.
For Rita and Linda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
delegate all this.
You could have the one
on Tuesday.
On Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday.
You could have
Friday,
that one.
not Thursday.
You could have that one. We just gonna laugh. Okay. Laugh more. This is one of the things. I've got one for Pammy. Ver las películas comidas.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, agreed.
Yes, very true.
Funny movies. When I'm feeling super funky fresh, it's generally because I'm in a funky fresh mood. And how do we get funky fresh? Watching something laughalicious.
Yep.
Laughalicious. Feeling down, feeling not too bueno, put some comedy on. Get those good chemicals and hormones running. What?
I said Netflix has all of them.
All of them. Apart from the Chappelle Show, but that's another conversation.
We ain't ready for that conversation yet.
We're not ready. Little guy.
But it's a great point that you're making. And I'm going to throw another one in there. I'm going to do a selfless self-promo and say, hey, there's your daily dose of happy. That's why we call our show your daily dose of happy, because it's a way to get your vibe lifted. And we do them 5 days a week. So, download the LOA Today app and just start playing the shows. That'll help pick you up, get you into a higher vibration.
Was that an integrated segue?
It was.
Was that an integrated self-segue?
And I didn't even explain that it was a segue until you did.
You the champ. You the champ. Amazing.
Penny is saying, what are they talking about?
We're talking about you, Trickle. We're talking about you.
This is where you have to play the old episodes to find out what we're talking about, because this is like a throwback to the last few weeks. But
and how do they find the old episodes?
You just subscribe to the LOA Today app on your phone, just go to either the App Store or the Play Store, or just click the link in the description, because I'll put a link in there for downloading, and download, install, and start playing. It's that simple. Plus, you can actually get you get gifts in there too. There's the goodies, including Daniel's money game. It's built into the app.
It's built inside. You had to be on the YouTube to see that one.
At least the listeners could actually hear something. That was good. But let's go back to that guilt question, because that's a really important question.
Mm-hmm,
She's feeling guilty that she had somehow attracted this to her family and to herself. And
doing it. If she feels guilty about it, then she's doing it.
And that's the point. Yes.
I just Alexed up the entire conversation.
You did. It was beautiful. That's exactly right. Yeah. So the answer has to start with finding a way to letting go of that story that you feel guilty about having attracted this to your family. Mm-hmm. Until you can let that one go, you're just going to go right down that spiral Dan was talking about there a moment ago.
Yeah.
But fortunately, you can get off the spiral. You can let go of that story. So what stories can we tell? Well, we don't know the whole situation, but from what we know about what you posted, we know that, well, sounds like you all survived the accident.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a beginning point. Mm-hmm. That's a starting point right there. Mm-hmm. And not only that, you're going to heal.
Yep.
You're in pain right now, but you're going to heal. I mean, I saw and heard nothing in that post about how you're expected to die in the next 2 weeks or something like that. It's all about healing at this point. So you're going to get better. They're going to get better. So why not focus on that? Why not focus on the getting better? Which, by the way, will help you when it comes to focusing on getting rid of the pain as well.
The pain can be temporary because the accident was only on Sunday. It's only Thursday.
Yeah, true.
I could see if it was like 3 or 4 months ago, and then you might want to talk to somebody. But
delayed gratification.
Yeah.
Does she have the capacity for delayed gratification? This is the question.
Talk about that for a second. Why is that so important?
Because when we want now, let's go down the rabbit hole a little bit. When we want now, what we're saying is, I'm not prepared to wait for it to come in the future, or I don't believe it's going to come in the future, and therefore I'm knee deep. I was about to use a less classy phrase, knee deep in the lack of it now, which then clicks in this symbiotic relationship between what I'm feeding, what I'm experiencing, in a negative loop. That lack that I'm experiencing emotionally becomes a lack that I'm experiencing physically, which then reinforces the one that I'm experiencing emotionally, which then reinforces the one I'm feeling physically. And then the loop kicks in, and then we're in this infinite loop of lack versus I know that it's here already, which is the way the universe actually works. My healing is here, my abundance is here, my health is here, my pain-free experience is here. And I can therefore connect to that radio station so I can hear that frequency by being grateful for that now. Gratitude is the dial that tunes us into the experience that we want. Like Alex was saying, having the physical experience, even for short moments of non-pain, gives me an anchor for the frequency of non-pain, which I can experience by turning the dial through gratitude. And this isn't woo-woo, this is actual science, not fluff science, real science. That when I'm in a space of gratitude, the neural pathways associated with that experience click in. The neural pathways then lead to the thought processes and behaviors that lead to the experience, including the non-physical actions of shifting our vibration and our reality to match that experience.
Really good. What you basically did is found a way to replace one G word with another G word. Guilt goes out the door. Gratitude comes in the door.
What? Switching out the G. Snap. Switching out the G. Switching out the G. Yeah. I really should just leave urban exploits alone. I know I should, but a part of me is like, if I just turn the dial.
I'll let you know when to stop. How about that?
I think I should just stop now. I'm never going to be on that particular show of BET. Maybe another one, but not that one.
Speaking for myself, I hope you never stop, because I love the smiling. I love the laughing. It's wonderful.
We don't stop. Yeah.
Oh no.
Think of it as an audition. That's what it is. Think of it as an audition.
I'm going to get my own TV show for this.
I believe it.
I don't want it. Let me just unplug that manifestation real quick. Let's plug that one out.
And another dream goes away.
Well, I will take that manifestation because I'm meant to be.
You could take it because your show will be great. But me doing this, it's not great for the Black community.
I feel like it's been done before.
Let's just stop. We'll stop. Quick segue of a humorous fashion into a tangent. There's a comedian in the UK. I forget his name. He's got one eyebrow. Have you seen him?
No.
So what he does is he mimics UK artists, and he's got characters. He's posh, right? Well-spoken, black guy. He mimics their characters and then rewrites their songs or their raps as a posh guy.
Oh,
it's hilarious. And he's got a character called Unknown P, who talks about like, and I went fox hunting, but he does like rapping in like a posh voice. But he even went on, there's a show on a radio station in the UK called Fire in the Booth. And everybody that wants to make it in the rap industry or the grime industry or whatever in the UK wants to get on this show. And he went on there as a joke thing, but actually got a record deal for his character to make music and songs as his character.
What?
I will find something about it and I will send you. He's
please send.
Hilarious.
That sounds great.
Humorous.
Really good. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, but he got a record deal.
So there's another thing for Peme to do. She's got that to listen to. That'll distract her attention.
He's remixed a load of songs from Neo. He's remixed a load of Neo songs about COVID.
Okay, now I'm dying because I love Neo. So yes, let's do this. Yeah. Let's do this.
You won't get all of the colloquialisms in his because some of them are very English, Britishisms. Yeah. But it's hilarious.
Well, I need hilarious at all times.
I'll just be the.
And if it's the recipe that you were talking about earlier, laugh at stuff.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be movies. It could be guys going on to the shows trying to be silly. Posh guys.
I will find him. My sisters are the ones that follow him and share his stuff. I'll find one and I'll get it to you, Alex. And Walt.
Okay, cool. I'm excited.
I appreciate that. Really good. All right. Well, I have to say, I'm a little surprised. I think maybe I kind of expected more time spent on those first two, but they were just too simple for us to handle. We need the complex questions.
You didn't come in the kitchen with the heat rocks. I don't know what to tell you.
I've got something, guys. So
what's that?
I've been the king of dad jokes even in advance of my spawn being born. I'm just great at it. But my sister has challenged my throne.
Ooh.
And she's doing really well. My younger sister, she's as cheesy as I am. So here's one she just put in the family group. I just went to go and look for something for you guys. What do elves listen to leading up to Christmas?
What do elves listen to leading up to Christmas? I'm usually really good at these.
Are you ready?
Shelf music?
Rap music.
Good day.
Oh.
Good day.
Oh.
Tell your sister she's canceled.
Is that not amazing?
It's good.
Yeah.
That's very daddish.
I'm just gonna do you know what I'm gonna do? This is gonna be a bit weird, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Sister, I just gave you a shout out live on the radio with your joke. Good one. Let's give her a bit of a positive uplift.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Should we make this like a regular feature here on our show?
Don't.
We did, and then it faded away.
What did we do?
Well, it was before you. It was like right before you. We were doing like a day.
Oh, you don't want me in on that.
But you just said you were the best at it.
I feel like I could take Daniel's throne.
The cheesiest, not necessarily the best. I'm great at it.
I don't know. I'm pretty cheesy.
That's not really a good thing.
I brought tears to Walt's eyes. Okay,
Give me one. I'm ready.
Oh, I don't have any offhand right now.
Oh, somebody needs to prep.
Oh, sorry, I like to write my rhymes. My bad.
Oh, well. Exactly. You have to be on the YouTube for that one.
Oh,
you still haven't done it, Alex. I've done it like 4 times.
I'm so sorry. So if you want to find us on YouTube, go to YouTube, search LOA Today podcast videos. Once you see our smiling faces, click down below to the red subscribe button. Next to the red subscribe button, there's a little silver bell. Click all so you will always be notified when we are live.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to get a little silver bell just for when you actually catch on. I'm doing the segue.
I have a gold bell.
It's not silver though, is it?
It's not. I could spray paint it.
Gangster. That's dedication. Dedication to the cause.
It was one of those bells that's like, it's really loud. Like,
no, we don't need that. We don't need that.
Okay, because I'm like, it was like one of those, I'm sick, I need soup, ding-a-ling-a-ling, that type of thing.
Oh, wow.
But we also low-key used it for like, oh, my brother just got a touchdown and the family's in this corner. Yeah.
Oh, you took it to games?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think you're actually a undercover Mangana.
It's possible. It's possible.
Or maybe our bloodlines were split at some point in the past.
Somewhere.
Well, it's just like, what are you talking about?
No, I love what you're talking
Bells,
about.
touchdowns, and bloodlines.
This actually far exceeds my hopes for dad jokes. I mean, we're way past dad jokes right now. We're into outer space. That's where we're at.
I mean, I do have a dad joke, but it's not appropriate for cable TV. So I will.
Okay, we won't do that then.
I didn't know there was such a thing. There's such a thing as a dad joke that you can't tell on television?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
I've got one for you.
All the ones I know. All the ones I know.
Describe yourself in 3 words. Lazy.
I don't get it.
Describe yourself in 3 words. Lazy.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah. I know what's missing. That's what was missing.
What?
Walt just outdated us all.
Yeah. He just uncled us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely just got uncled.
Oh my god.
I didn't mean to suck the energy out.
He would be the one to bring the rim shot to Christmas dinner, just in case.
Well, they are useful.
See? That is such an uncle thing to say.
All right. I've been looking now. Again, listeners can't see this. Only the people who are watching on YouTube can see this. But I've been looking at your T-shirt this whole show, and I am dying to ask. Your T-shirt says, "I like 2 people and all the dogs." Yeah. Do I dare ask who the 2 people are?
Well, you and Dan.
Ooh, nice save.
You like that, right? You like.
But where does that leave? Where does that leave Kenny?
In love.
In the basement. Where like.
I was trying to save your relationship.
My relationship does not need saving. It depends on the day who the 2 people are.
Oh, okay, good. It changes. I'm glad to hear that. Because the next question was going to be, where does that leave your mom?
Well, God damn it, guys.
No, I saved you. I saved you. I saved you.
It's okay. It depends on who I'm in the room with. How about that? It just can't be in the room with more than 2 people at a time.
That's right.
Right now, it's you guys.
Well, it's a COVID sensitive T-shirt then.
It's a very COVID sensitive. Yes, social distance because I only like 2 people and all of the dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the dogs wear masks? No, don't ask.
Oh, no, stop. I don't need that in my life right now. I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm very happy with my life.
My dog would eat his mask. Stop it. Oh man.
I don't know where to go with that one. So.
My dog has such an attitude. Like he's a Yorkie, so he has like the fuzzy hair. And like sometimes I like to push his bangs out of his face. He doesn't like it that way, so he pushes them back down. So I do not see him wearing a mask.
I can understand that.
He would take it right off.
He sounds like our cat, actually. Anything that our cat does, it has to be his idea. We can suggest it to him, but it has to be his idea.
That's a cat thing. Yep.
But that's kind of
like it's their idea.
Yeah, but that kind of sounds like your dog too.
Yeah, he's just bougie.
Okay. Well, all right. This is where sometimes the humor just goes completely off the rails and we don't know where to go with it. So that's where we are right now. I'm going to kind of bring it back.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, when I don't know what else to say, I just go back to the LOA Today app. So I'm going to kind of reiterate what's on the app. And one of the things that's on the app is the Ask a Question form. It's under the goodies section. Ooh. And the reason I mentioned that is today we had these questions and we worked through the questions in record time. We had a little space. So if your question had been sent in, we could have included yours in this particular episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, if you'd like to have your question answered, use the form in the LOA Today app to ask a question. You can even direct who you're asking it to. All of us are listed there. All the co-hosts are listed in the app. So just tick the box for the one that you want to answer the question, and we will make sure that person answers the question the next time they're on the show. So there you go. Plus, did I mention also that Daniel has 2 contributions that are on there? There's the Money Game and there's the Beyond Intention audiobook. I mean, like, if you just did those 2 things alone and didn't even listen to the episodes, you would make a ton of money, have all the relationships that you possibly want in the world, and be done with the law of attraction for the life. You'd be done. It would be all over. You'd be like, okay, abundance is here. Just because you got the goodies off the LOA Today app.
My
so
goodies.
My there goodies. It is.
My LOA goodies.
He's busy right now. His milkshake's bringing all the boys to the yard. So
apparently, yes.
Yeah.
Not just the
boys. All right.
Not just the boys.
Girls and transgenders also. All are welcome in my yard.
All the above. Everybody.
Okay.
Speaking of which, did you hear of Page?
Elliot Page. Yeah.
That one threw me off. I have to say my world has been expanded.
I couldn't care less.
I'm with you, Alex. I don't really know why there was like, Elliot Page is not Elliot, it's Elliot, it's a girl. Why do you care so much what other people do with their body parts?
I more care about the fact that he is a horrible actor, no matter which way you look at it. Like, stick with Juno and call it a day.
I just think that people should just think about their own lives instead of what other people are doing with their body parts. That's just my thing.
I saw one person that was like, "Oh, so no transition, no nothing. We just announce it and that's it." And I'm like, "Who cares? Why is it any of your business?"
Yeah, just let people do what they want with their body parts. For me, whatever people do consensually with their body parts is up to them.
None of my business.
I think we pretty much nailed that one.
Yeah.
The only thing I can add is that there is never a shortage of contrast in this life. Agreed. And the way I know that is people are creating it where it doesn't even need to exist.
Yep.
Ooh, go get them, Uncle Walt.
I'm just saying, that's what happens all the time. This is a world full of contrast, and our job is to like it and to enjoy it. And how does the stream of David say it? They say back up to get the full perspective that the stream has. That full perspective, it all makes sense.
Zoom out.
Which is, you zoom out. That's the phrase. Yeah, they zoom out. So zoom out. All right. Well, guys, you did it in record time. Got through all the questions. Came up with, a couple of them we didn't come up with any answers on, but they were a little bit, they were pretty philosophical. So I can understand those. But the longer ones, especially for Pame, who had some pretty tough stuff, we came up with some good answers there. So thank you very much for those. So guys, good stuff. Live streamers, thank you much. And also, especially to our podcast listeners who put up with hearing all this stuff without even knowing what all the video was, we thank you very, very much. And we'll see you all next time here on LOA Today. Goodbye, everybody.